who chose to switch sides, banging shit they wasn't from, like hoes who love the dick ride. I'll bang it by myself if I have to, I got big pride. Bust the strap ASAP and call that a quick slide. You ain't gotta be potato, boy, to get your shit fried. What's cracking, YouTube? It's your boy 16 to life, and I'm back like I'm on a parole violation. You're down! So you already know what it is, man. If you have not yet, like my page, please like my page, subscribe, hit that notification bell. That way, anytime I drop one of these fire-ass stories, you can hop right into it. For those of y'all that's new to my page, I got arrested in 1994. Eventually, I was sentenced to 16 years plus a life sentence. I ended up doing 24 years straight in these California prisons. And during those times, I accumulated some good stories for y'all, man. For those of y'all who also don't know, man, I be rapping and shit. A lot of cats be thinking like, oh man, this dude is old, man. But I'm telling you, check out some of my raps on my page. I got some audio songs up there. I got some videos. You most definitely gonna be surprised, man. And with that being said, you already know what time it is. Part 2 for this story, man. So let's hop right into it. All right. So now the last time we left off, Hog had pulled up. My boy E had got the word that Hog was on the compound. Like I say, he wanted to make sure that was the right Hog. So he told 2 of his homeboys from his particular set. Like I say, Hog, his set ran with the neighborhood car, and my boy E, his set ran with the neighborhood car, but they was from 2 different individual sets. So anyway, my boy E, he get at his 2 homeboys from his immediate set and tell him, hey man, you know, this dude pulled up. I think this might have been the dude that stabbed me in the county jail, man. Go check and see. He knew his name, so they go down there, they tell him, you know, they get at him. He give him the name. He give Hog, tell him his name. He said, yeah, that's him. So they go back. They let my boy E know that's the cat. So all right, E is like I say, E been waiting for this this opportunity, man. It's been like maybe 10, 11 years since he had ran across Hog. Hog had put a knife on a broom, stabbed him through the bars, and on top of that, had the nerve enough to steal his folder and tear up the pictures of his pictures and letters from his mom, who was dying of cancer at the time. And then on top of that, he wrote her some real disrespectful things, telling her, I hope you die, your son is a punk, and all this type of stuff, man. So y'all already know the revenge was building and boiling up in my boy E for years and years and years. So like I say, E was also on C status, which is a restrictive punishment. So he only got 2 hours of yard time. Eventually, you know, they called for the C status to return to their cells, so E had to go in. So the whole time E is in there, you know, it's going through his mind, man. He's trying to figure out now what type of revenge is he gonna get out of this dude, man. Is he gonna bust him up? Is he gonna stab him? You know, it's just, you know what I'm saying, this dude is so filled with anxiety and anxiousness about finally having a chance, man, to pay this dude back. You know what I'm saying? So now, like I said, Hog is in a cell that faces the yard. So you have a lot of dudes being able to come to a lot of cats from neighborhood being able to come to the cell he in and talk to him while he's in there waiting to be released. Now, a lot of these dudes don't know, or actually none of them don't know, the beef that's bubbling between him and my boy E. And like I said, when my boy E was in the county, he was going by a different name. You know what I'm saying? So Hog didn't even realize that he was on the yard. Now, Hog had a reputation for going to a lot of institutions, being able to get in contraband, cell phones and things of that nature. So you had a lot of dudes, some of his homies on the line, who was happy that he had landed. They was hoping that he'd be able to come to the yard, you know, get some cell phones and things like that. That would make their time more comfortable, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody in the pen want a cell phone, man. You know, you want to be able to call your girl, be able to hop on there, call some of your homies. You know, if you ain't got a girl, you want to be able to hop on some of these sites and try to find you a broad. So, you know, a lot of dudes anticipating him coming to the yard, man, and being able to make things happen. So finally, the 24-hour period go by. He gets released to the yard. So the very next day, my boy E, it's a Sunday. Like I say, E is on this restrictive punishment where he don't have program on the weekends. So what he does, he tells the guards, I'm getting ready to go to church. So when you on this restrictive punishment, they can't stop you from practicing your religion. So they tell him, I'm getting ready to go to church. You sign up on a little thing and they let you on out to the yard. So he went on out to the yard. So now he goes out to the yard. he goes and sits in the cut at this table, like I said, that just happened to be right in front of my cell. Now he tell his two immediate homeboys from his hood, hey man, when y'all go over there, walk dude around here, man, bring him over here, you know what I'm saying, once they let him out. You know, he tell him that, you know, this is the dude that stabbed me in the county jail. So, like I say, man, they finally let Hog out the cell, you know, maybe 9, 10 o'clock in the morning, somewhere around there. So, you know, now a few cats from neighborhood, they go over there, they greedy, you know, they talking to him, you know, they shaking their hand, you know, introducing themselves to him. So now, E's two immediate homeboys, which I'm going to just call Rock, I'm going to call him Rock, and I'm going to call the other one, we're going to call the other one Money. Rock and Money. Rock and Money go holler at Hog, you know, introduce themselves, you know, I'm from whoop-de-whoop-whoop. Like I say, they wasn't from the same hood, but they was all from the same neighborhood car, so they homies, they run together in the pen. So they introduce him, you know, they walk him around the corner on the track. Now, when he walking on the track, you happen to pass in the weight pile where all the Crips work out at. So he stopped there for a minute, you know, introduced himself to a few dudes or whatever. He might have spoke to some cats he already know, and then they start strolling up to where my boy E is sitting at the table. It's kind of, you know, it's kind of like out the way, kind of in the cut a little bit. So now, when Hog is walking up to him, now Hog does not recognize E, and like I say, E is going by a different name, you know. So Hog had no idea it was him. So when Hog walked up to him to introduce himself, he put his hand out there. You know, he said, hey man, what's going on, man? I'm Hog. As soon as he stay that, my boy E hop up. Bing, 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 bing. Put them things on him, bust him up. Bing, bing, bing. You know what I'm saying? When he hit Hog, Hog go right to the ground. Hog fall. Hog is like, why? Why? What I do? Why? Hog is looking up like, what's up? What I do? So now E like, yeah, you punk motherfucker. Remember me, motherfucker? Yeah, remember me? I'm the motherfucker you stabbed in the county. Remember me? You stole my pictures. Now, like I say, y'all, at that point, that's when I'm in my cell. That's the commotion that I hear. At that time, I don't even know it's my boy E. I just, you know, I say to myself, damn, whatever's going on out there, it's got to be the real deal. They can't be horseplaying. So I hop up, I go to the window. Now, when I go to the window, this is what I see. At this point in time, Hog is on the ground. Now, he's looking up. You know, I can't make out what he's saying, but he got his hands like this. But E is talking loud, like, yeah, you punk-ass motherfucker. Remember you stole my pictures, punk? Yeah, bing, bing, boom. He busts him up again. He give him another 3-piece. Hog, woo, Hog go out. He laying on the ground and shit. Now, all the other neighborhood cats, all of a sudden, they run over there. They like, hey, man, what's up? What's going on? He's like, yeah, man, there's all this punk-ass motherfucker. He stabbed me in the county, you know. He stabbed me, you know. And E give him another one. Bing, get over there, give him another one. You know, so they like, oh, what's up? So, you know, dudes is, like I say, a lot of cats is, they don't want this shit to go down because a lot of dudes is hoping that, like I say, man, Hog was going to come there and be able to get some contraband in. That'll make things easier for them. So they trying to break the situation up, you know. So eventually, everybody get up, they spread out, they go to talking. You know, long story short, they decide to have a meeting the next day, you know, because E is explaining, man, this motherfucker stabbed me in the county jail. You know, I've been waiting to get this motherfucker back. So at some point in time, the COs who work up in there, now they, you know, from time to time, they surveying the yard. They happen to notice that E ain't went to church like he said he was going, so now they start paging him to return back to the cell. So now as he's going down there to the cell, him and Hog have a conversation. You know, Hog is telling him, well, no, excuse me. No, that didn't happen. E goes on back to the cell. Now the next morning, they release again for the meet. Now they go over there, all the cats from the neighborhood, they go over there. Now they having this, you know, they having this big meeting. They trying to figure out what's going on. So then that's when E go to telling them again, man, yeah, I was down in the county. E explained the whole situation to him, how he had got into it with another cat, and Hog jumped on his side and, you know, ended up stabbing him in the morning. But then E hadn't told him yet about the pictures. So once E started telling him again, like, okay, he telling him the story. Then he told him how he stole the manila envelope, and he went down there. Hog was back in his cell, ripping up the pictures of his mom, flushing them down the toilet. So now when he telling them that, like I say, one of E's homeboys, man, Rock, when he hear that, he get off on, unexpectedly, he get off on Hog. Bing, bing, bing! He busts him up, give him a cold 3-piece, knock him down again. Hog like, oh man, what the fuck, what y'all got going on? You know, Hog is basically trying to tell him, man, whatever I did is between me and E. It don't have nothing to do with you. But like I say, Hog's immediate homeboy, he was upset.
And I called him earlier. I believe like I say, that's not his name, man. I'm changing these names. I don't want to put people out there, but so I believe, like I told y'all earlier in the story, his name was Rock. So anyway, one of E's immediate homeboys hit him with the 3-piece. You know what I'm saying? Give him the bing, 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 knock him down again. Now, so once they spread that out, they stopped that. They have a discussion. So they have a discussion, man. My boy E is basically telling him, man, if I think you to go do something, anytime I think you to try to act up, go get a weapon or something, I'm gonna bust you up, I'm gonna knock you out again. You know what I'm saying? E is still mad, And so eventually at some point in time, E has to go back in. Now when E is walking in, I believe Hall come up to him and say, hey man, listen man, that was my bad. I don't have a problem with you, man. I don't got no problem with you. But your homeboy that fired on me, he shouldn't have done that. It didn't have nothing to do with him. And E was telling him, man, well listen, that's between y'all, man. But I'm telling you, man, if I think you are gonna be on this yard tripping, every time I see you, I'm gonna bust you up. Hall was telling him, man, look, I ain't got no problem, man. I'm cool. I don't got a problem with you, man. I'm cool, So E goes on up to the building. Now, now Hall, even though Hall had done this shit and he was kind of wrong, I ain't never said Hall was no buster or no punk. So Hall going upstairs, I guess Hall say, man, these motherfuckers ain't finna just be busting on me and knocking me down at will, giving me the bing, bing, bing whenever they feel like it. So Hall goes upstairs. Hall gets it into his mind he was to come down and hop on Rock's head, the dude that hit him with the 2-piece. So just so happened, now I'm walking by the building, going to the mini canteen. They had a little a store where you could go buy sodas and chips and this and that. So all of a sudden, I see Hall come flying out the building. He ran up on Rock. Boom, boom, bust him in the head. He stabbed him in the head 2 times. He stabbed Rock in the head. Now, when he stabbed Rock in the head, it's right. I believe, we had our own personal keys. I believe he had a key in his hand. The key was real big and thick. Everybody here had their own cell with their own key. Key was real big. He stabbed Rock in the head. Rock in the head. Boom, boom, bust him in the head. Now, when he do this, it just happens to be right in front of the building. So when he do that, the police happen to see it. The CO see it. He hit his alarm. Yard down, get down, get down. So now he run outside. Now, when he run outside, Hall continues to run. Hog runs maybe another 15 or 30 feet up the track and goes across the yard. Now Hog is running across the yard. You can tell he's definitely looking for people. I don't know who he was looking for. In my opinion, he had to be looking for some more, maybe the neighborhood cats. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? But I know he's running across the yard. He skipped maybe 10 feet this way. Now the guards is converging. Get down, get down. They running, but Hog won't get down. So now now he skips another maybe 10, 15 feet. He's skipping this way. He's looking for somebody. He want to put some more work in, you know what I'm saying? The police run up on him eventually. He lay down, they handcuff him. They handcuff him, get him, take him off. That was the last I ever seen of him, you know what I'm saying? But they end up later on coming to get my boy E. Of course, somebody had told on him he'd get caught up in some bullshit. They come get him and they send him to another prison. So, you know what I'm saying? That's the story right there, man. But there's also a part 3 to this. But I'm going to let my boy E, who, like I say, I call him Mr. Interesting because he has so many interesting stories. We supposed to go interview him next week. He going to come on here in his own words and tell y'all everything what happened. And he going to definitely give y'all part 3. So like I say, when you see the title, when I have Mr. Interesting Speaks, y'all keep in mind that's my boy E. Because not only about this story, he got a whole bunch of other interesting stories. I'm going to let him tell y'all why he was on High Power to begin with. Who some of his neighbors were. He had some very, very high profile neighbors, man. So y'all be sure to tune in for this part 3. Believe me, it's going down, man. My boy E has to come on here in his own words and give y'all his version of that and everything else, man. He got a bunch of interesting stories, which is why I call him Mr. Interesting. So y'all be sure to rock with me, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. It's your boy 16 to Life. Y'all already know what time it is, man. Resume normal program. Hold on. Check this back, drop out.
Who chose to switch sides, banging shit they wasn't from, like hoes who love the dick ride. I'll bang it by myself if I have to, I got big pride. Bust the strap ASAP and call that a quick slide. You ain't gotta be potato boy to get your shit fried. Dear God, please don't let me relapse and return to the evil that men do. Father God, I pray and ask that you help me to have mercy on others the same way I would want